Hi everyone, this is Anna from Koala Soap, and today I'm going to be using an impression mat into our loaf mold. I found this blue. I've already used it for one other video. It's called Blue Ice from Stardust Mica, and I did it when I mixed it with an opaque base. Now I want to just do this with a glycerin. This color is just, I just love this blue. So I'm going to actually do it in a glycerin, and then we're going to do shea butter on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and melt this down, and we're going to do the first part of this project. Okay, so we have this melted down. I've gone ahead and put the blue ice with alcohol, and we're going to go ahead and put that in here. And we will go ahead and stir it. It's a really beautiful, just gorgeous, gorgeous blue. I just love it. I do. I love it. And then we're gonna, I'm out of the scent fragrance I wanted to use, so I'm gonna be using lavender on this one. Just a couple of mLs in there. Okay, so now we have to do the big setup. We have our mat laid flat. As you can see, this has a lot of grooves. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little harder to fill up because it's not so tight. This is gonna fit into this mold like this. That's the plan, okay? And we're going to gently tuck it down there so that it's square. So what we're gonna do, and I got mica on there. Let's see what we're at here. Okay, it says it's at 120. We don't want a skin, so this will start forming a skin soon. So this is how we're going to do it. You have to take a rubber spatula. It cannot be anything that's, I have gold mica on there still. Oh, looks like it's stuck. Okay, we got it. You need to very gently do this. Okay, you're not going to go like this because it'll still all come off. Now we have our little silicone mat so we can recoup most of our soap. So we're just going to do the best we can on this, okay? So we want to concentrate on this area. This area is going to be the bottom, or actually the top of our soap when we finally have it. So we'll go ahead and squirt with alcohol. Okay, and now we're going to pour. And it's pretty much going to go end to end. So we're gently with the flat part. And it's going to go out because you have such, you just want to glide it over. See how it's filling it up? You don't want any bald spots. I have I think a couple bald spots right here, so I'm going to work on this area just a little bit. Just want it nicely covered. And here it looks like a little bald spot too, so you just want to lightly go over it. You just don't want to okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry as best we can. And what we'll probably do is there's like some here that I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of rub off once it's dry. We're going to let this dry, then we're going to go ahead and place it into our mold here. Okay, so when we're pretty confident that this is dry enough, remember you don't want to pick up like where you see here, because what you'll do, because these openings are so big, you'll actually pick up part of the design. Now I understand a lot of this is going to be out of the mold anyway, but you really just don't want to take a chance because it really can, like if you took this part out, you take a lot out. So what I'm going to do with the butter knife is I'm just going to cut along the silicone mat. And kind of lift that up. And just put it back into here. I just kind of want the bigger pieces. And then over here. Now, here's the tricky part. It's not going to be perfect, obviously. This mat becomes very, I mean, you can feel it, but you can kind of see how it filled in nicely. What I want to do is I want this to be warm enough because I'm going to start using this as some glue. So I kind of want to put it on the back of this, but I'm not going to really be able to. So I'm going to put it just a little thin dollop right there. And then I'm going to just very gently fold this in. We have to make sure we have the right side here. What's this way? Okay. All right. Here we go. Very gently. And I'm going to push down very gently. Don't just use the back here. Now you have this curved part. Now if you want it to be more square, what I would suggest is getting your fingers a little goopy there. Push down gently as you can. Try to get it as square as possible. I don't want to use that hand, do I? Okay, it's probably going to be the best we're going to get it. So I have the shea butter here, and it's in the 160s. We don't want to pour it yet because it'll just melt the design off. So what we're going to do is we're going to let that cool down a little bit, and I'm actually going to have to do a little bit more because I don't have enough soap in there. We're going to spray it with alcohol when we're ready, and then we'll pour the shea butter in. Okay, so it's cooled down to 129. And so what we're going to do is we're going to spray with alcohol inside so it sticks. And I'm hoping that the weight will also make this be a little bit more square. And then we will pour it in. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough here, so I'm probably going to have to melt a little bit more. Which I did on the side here. Squirt with alcohol first. Okay. So now we will just let this sit and see how it comes out. I had some blue glycerin left over, so I thought I would use my favorite mold and use it up. So let's see what it's at right now. So 139, and then I had to remelt a little bit of shea butter. It's 131, so I think we're okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pour the shea butter in first, although I know that the glycerin is going to sink to the bottom, but I don't know, might give it a nice effect. Okay, and then every drop, oops, drop out of there. And I guess we'll just pour what's left in here. It's such a pretty blue. I don't know if you can see it on the screen how beautiful it is, but it's quite striking. Okay, so we just used up the last of our soap, so let's just wait for everything to cool down and then we'll do the unmolding. Okay guys, we're back and we're gonna do the unmolding. I'm a little nervous about this one because I really don't know how it's gonna turn out. So we're gonna loosen it on all ends. Okay, and I'm going to do the best I can. I'm kind of worried that the pattern might pull off, but I'm not quite sure. We'll find out. Okay, so a little bit of soap got under, and that's okay. We're going to put that right over there. Okay. So I'm going to pull it away gently. I use that really pretty blue, blue ice. Let's see how it looks. We have Kaylin doing arts and craft in the background if you hear any tinkering. We're going to unmold this very, very carefully. Kaylin, look at this.
Oh wow, it looks so good.
I like that. Look at that.
Will it stay on?
Yeah, it's there to stay. Okay, we're going to save this for later. We're going to have to clean this up before we cut it. But oh my gosh, I'm really happy with that. That is just really, really beautiful. Okay. Okay, so let me clean it up and we'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking a knife and I'm just cutting off this excess blue here that was on the other part of the mold before we start cutting it. Wow, I really like this. What color did you think this was?
Indigo.
Indigo? I guess it does look like indigo. This is called blue ice. Okay, so the trick I'm learning of this cutter.
Is it also these guns?
Oh yeah, I'm going to show them that in a second. That was a surprise. Okay, so you have to kind of hold it on the end here because if not, it kind of tips and then you get a kind of an unusual cut. So. Looks good. Go. Almost done. This one smells like lavender. This one I did especially for Kaylin. Blue looked. The pattern's on there too. It's not going anywhere.
It looks like really holiday-y, like wintry.
It does. Okay. At least this helps Mommy cut it a little bit easier.
Is that a soap cutter or made for something else?
No, it's made for soap. So that's really pretty. So the top is really beautiful. All right. You see it, Gavin?
Yeah, that looks really pretty.
I like it. I think it's hard to cut because I had it in the refrigerator. And we'll clean all this part up here. And there's the last one. So it's actually a really beautiful design. And what Kaylin was mentioning was we put some extra in our favorite mold. So this is the same color. It's just lighter because we had a real light layer on the mat. But this is actually blue ice, which is beautiful.
So, Mom, what are you gonna do with all those soaps?
We're going to, I guess Kaylin has to give some as gifts. Okay. And then this one. Okay, thanks guys for watching. Happy holidays. I just have to show you this. This is just the most beautiful blue I've ever seen. Okay, say bye guys.
Bye.